Hi, Paul here from Trekitt with the first of our new series of videos. Basically, it's a Q&A set of videos. We do get an awful lot of questions on our social media channels and on YouTube especially. So Harry and I thought it'd be a great idea, seeing as I am socially distanced and working from home, to do a little set of videos that I can produce in my back garden and keeping COVID secure, etc. So it's just me and the camera and the dogs and my laptop with your questions on. So with no further ado, let's get launched in and see if I can answer some of your questions. So the first one is from Graham_Milton, and Graham asked, who does Harry think needs the most takes or attempts when filming? Is it Paul or is it Hannah? Well, I didn't get the nickname One Take Paul for no reason. I think if you ask Harry, he'll let you know that he has to do the least amount of editing on my videos. Having said that, Hannah is exceptionally good. She's very well prepared and she does know her stuff.
Cool, take one. Did I say that right? No, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again because it was so good. Fuck, alpine fuck. Don't remember what the next sentence is.
So it's a close run thing, but hey, you don't get the nickname One Take Paul for no reason. So I think that answers your question, Graham. I'll be quiet, dogs. Okay, question number 2. This comes from Theo Markswood. And Theo, if that's your name, asks, what do you think of Paramo? Well, personally, I own a piece of Paramo. This is my own Paramo Pajaro jacket. And I bought it quite recently and I really, really like it. I bought it for country walking out in the dogs, in the woods. I wanted a Barber, but Barber just didn't fit me. So I opted for the Paramo, and to be honest, I've been really pleased with it. It's comfortable, you can throw it on over minimal layers, it's quite warm. It is quite heavy and quite bulky, but I kind of quite like that when you're just yomping around the woods. So I think it has its uses. Personally, I've always trusted a really good versatile layering system when I'm up in the mountains. I'm just a massive fan of that layering system, but Paramo does have its place. And yes, I like it. It works well. It's comfortable, it breathes, it's waterproof, and it's much quieter and softer to wear. So horses for courses, really. Theo, yeah, I like it. It's good stuff. And if you're wondering why we don't sell it in Trekitt, quite frankly, so are we. We have approached Paramo, but they tell us that they're not opening any new accounts in the UK at the moment. But we will persevere because we all like it. And we'd like to see it as part of our range, and so once Paramo have changed their position, we'd like to get an account and enable for you guys to get it through us. Okay, next question. Nobody ever talks about layering systems for trousers, and that's from Jevons Lewis. Well, I think the main reason for that is because your legs are predominantly made of muscle, and they generate a lot of warmth in themselves when you're walking, climbing, etc. And you really don't need quite so many layers. It's not quite so essential. But having said that, the same principle does apply for your legs as for your upper body. So generally speaking, a good pair of soft shell trousers will suffice for most of the year round. I've got on my Terra Mission pants from Montaigne. Big fan of these, really, really like them. I've been using these from kind of autumn through till now, and I use them pretty much every day, and they're really comfortable. I felt no need to add any additional layers. Even today, it's like -1, -2 out here, and I'm perfectly comfortable. I am sat on an oven glove because they're not very insulated on the bum, and this is a cold wall. But having said that, you know, if it really was brassic, I could put another layer underneath, put some, you know, base layer leggings underneath. And if the weather was really, really horrible, I'd stick some over trousers over the top. So that kind of would be your layering system for your legs. Obviously, if it's really hot, wear shorts. Big fan of shorts. I've even been known to wear over trousers over the top of my shorts. So we'd never really recommend that you go into the mountains without that waterproof over trouser layer, much like you would never really go out without a waterproof jacket. Okay, last question for this session. This is from Gone Hiking, and Gone Hiking asks, I'm thinking of going with a Pile Pertex system for 3 season use. and I'm struggling between Rab Vaporize and Buffalo Active Light. Any thoughts or recommendations? Well, this takes me back to when I used to use Buffalo pretty much all of the time. I used it for mountain biking back in the 80s and 90s. I used it for mountain rescue work because it was just so tough and durable. It was bomb-proof, didn't matter if you ripped it or tore it, didn't matter, just kept working. And it has its place. It's a really good, durable kit. It's very simple, and it works in all weathers. Sorry about the dogs barking. They're having a bit of a mad moment. The big thing about Buffalo is it works best when worn next to the skin, and that is something that most people struggle to get their heads around a little bit. And it does reduce the system's kind of versatility. So over the years, I have transitioned into a layering system, which I find much more versatile. And the Rab Vaporize fits into that. It's a much more versatile piece of kit that works better as a layering system. Come here, Margot, shut up. So sorry, yeah, the Vaporize is more versatile. You can use it as part of a layering system. You can use it as a standalone piece. They both perform really well. The Buffalo performs really well. It's the same kind of principle. It's wicking out sweat and moisture quicker than it can get in. And so provided you're active, it works really well. It's windproof, it's highly water resistant, as is the Rab Vaporize. But the big difference for me is that the Vaporize is much, much more versatile. You can use it as a layering system. You can use it as a mid layer, almost as a base layer, or just as a standalone. Whereas the Buffalo really is restricted to be used as a system within itself. And I think that would be my thoughts on it. I wouldn't like to recommend which one is better than the other, because that's down to personal use. But I think from my own point of view, I've kind of transitioned from Buffalo into a more versatile layering system. I'm just a big fan of that whole system, as you probably know from my earlier videos. So that's it. That's the first of our little Q&A videos. If you'd like to see some more, please pop questions into the comment sections below. And now that I think that I've mastered the camera, I'll have a crack at doing another video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it to be informative, and look forward to doing another one soon. Thanks very much. Toodaloo.